I'm going to talk to you a little about our finishing this year. We outsourced, just like we did last year, to CWP Cabinetry located in Roanoke, Virginia. They're a very large cabinet manufacturing, so we use their flatline finishing system, which forced us to, I guess, create large batches of coasters to go with them. Basically, about 2-week lead time between how much we could get produced and take them in there and get them finished, and then go back again, like I mentioned, 2 trips here. Quality. Our first attempt was spraying ourselves out here with the aerosol spray cans, which it turned out all right, however, but you did have to spray them a few times and a couple of things, let them dry, very time consuming. And I don't know if you've seen the products back here, but the finish on these that they've got from the CWP Cabinetry is a top of the line finish. I mean, it's very durable. Actually, it says it's fairly scratch resistant to the sealer that we put on it throughout the whole process. Also, product tolerances. We sent them a test batch of about 12 coasters just to see how it would affect see how everything would turn out and how it would fit in there. The tolerance, the actual finish added about 3/1000 of an inch onto our thickness of the coaster, which actually forced a really tight fit in the holder, which, I mean, I don't know, at least in our other thing, some people are struggling to pull those suckers out. So we talked with them, redesigned the whole finishing thing, so now we actually have, I think, one matte finish along with the sealer that actually took care of our tolerance problems on our 2 batches that we ran through for our final products. Next, I'll talk a little about the cork and the laser engraving here. The cork, basically, we're cut out by this little instrument down here. It varies a little bit. I mean, some of us mastered it throughout the whole semester. It's kind of tough. It wobbles a little bit on you. Kind of gets a little tricky. But so after you cut the disc out, we have a check and go coaster, so it fits nicely in there. It's able to go right in the laser engraver. You can laser engrave it. So it's kind of our quality control right there. So we also have a jig over here. I'll show it to you here. That we're able to to line our coaster disc up here, along with some instructions here for everyone else who can do it on their own, not just Scott. And so basically, once we get in there, line 4 up, laser's fired up. It takes about 8-10 minutes. Laser engrave a few corks here. It's cleaned up a little Windex, packaged, shipped out, product. We're good to go. So with that, I'm going to toss it over to Sean Crawford for the packaging design.
How you guys doing? I'm Sean Crawford. I was from the marketing team, but I also got a task of doing packaging. Those two go very hand in hand. Some things we expected from our packaging. We expected the package to be marketable. We wanted to protect the product, be stable for the product. We wanted to communicate the WEI story. The other thing was standard packaging list. This includes like brochures, a survey that you would the package. We wanted to be a custom package that was cheap, simple to make, and we expected the cost to be around a little less than $1. As we got into it, none of us really had a clue of packaging design, really knew a lot about packaging, how to get started. So we decided to go to the IOPP club, which is the packaging club, which most of you guys know on campus. And they sent 2 volunteer helpers to help us out. This is Lisa and Shannon. As you can see, Dr. Klein's testing out the product, and this thing's about to throw it. He was talking to them. We kind of collaborated with them, said we want a simple package, easy design. We want it to be a tight fit so it supports the product. We also wanted it to basically product safety, since we were going to have a simple, cheap package. Ended up labor for them was about $250. It's kind of semantics, but we had to add that in our overall cost, and I'll get into that later. The actual cost was a little bit less than $6 per package, so way over what we expected. That's kind of how it goes. It was a custom package. We ended up having to do it ourselves. That's kind of the final dimensions right there. And the label holds the package together, which is, you'll see right here, the label goes in front, and that provides an extra stability to hold the package together, because who knows what these things are going to do. These are the final dimensions you can see on the left. I think the total dimensions were 24 inches in length and 14 in width. That was important to know for cutting. We had a few different options. We could have gone to outsourcing, but a cutting die is what it's called, which is used to cut it's a really expensive tool used to cut the package itself, was I guess a little bit over $800, which is way more expensive than what I expected. And if we're going to print out a small volume, that's just not feasible for us. You'd have to print out maybe, I think it was 3,000, is what we said, a little over 3,000 in order for it to be feasible for us. We kept looking at it and we were like, well, why don't we flat rate it? Flat rate was a good idea, but that was a little bit more expensive, a little less expensive. It didn't look very professional and didn't really communicate the WEI story. So we decided to make our own packages. So we went over here to the packaging cutter. Will and I learned a little bit how to do it, and we started printing out our own packages and putting them together. And that's when we came up with the final packages on it, really communicated to the WEI story. So now I'll show you guys a video summary of our production. Cool video. Scott put that together for us. He's the guru of technology. So now I hand it over to John to talk about marketing.
Well, I'm John Diamond. I was in the marketing section of everything. One of my main goals was the brochure this year. But when we first started thinking about the brochure, one of the first things we thought about was the fact that we want to do online ordering as opposed to like an actual form. That way people have more access and can go on there with credit cards and stuff because most people are using credit cards nowadays. So that actually frees up space on the brochure so that we can actually give more information on the brochure. And that was our biggest goal. We wanted to give a lot of details and information about what our product is and tell them a little bit of the WEI story when they first open it up. And then they go into the product itself. Then we explain some of the customizations with the laser engraving and the options of the wood species. After that, it gives a little bit of the features we wanted to make sure that we had for our coasters. And then on one page of it, we actually have information about the online website. Just says about, we have a blog, the website itself, the order information, the Facebook group. And then after that, it just gives a little brief about who everybody is in the team, where they're from, and what departments they're in, and stuff like that. But yeah, the main thing is just, we want to make sure we have a good quality brochure. We can get that out to people. If they're interested, then they're going to go online and they're going to check out the information online. One thing we kind of realized maybe afterwards, we're like, well, we might have messed up because some people still want that traditional feeling where they can go and just fill out an order form, check boxes, and then send in a check. And it doesn't exactly tell you a price on here, but that was one of the things we wanted to make sure that you go to the website because we have so much more information on the website. Yeah, that was the main thing with the brochure. And now I'm going to give it over back to Scott.
So like we said a few times, the online presence in the previous iterations of the WEI has been really lacking. We really wanted to make an effort to make a really good, strong website where you could have a common news feed. We wanted to do some social media integrations, so your Facebook, your Twitter, stuff like that. But most importantly, we really wanted to nail down online ordering. So what we had to do, we had a problem with the website where we couldn't run an actual script on it, so we had to do a workaround to go to a Google site page where we had a Google checkout page where you're able to see the product, see the species, see a description, and then you're able to select which ones you want, your quantities, and then go right through the process and order up your coasters. We also had pages on our site dealing with custom orders where you fill out a simple form, and then that comes to us in the form of an email, and we're able to then start doing the best customer service we can to work with a customer to get an end product out the door that they like. Google Checkout was a really great system to use in terms of usability just because it's very easy to use. You have green lights for charging people and then a green light for shipping it to them. You can send notifications. It lets you basically know everything that's going on in the process, which is really great. But what we ran into was we have now called the WEmergency. And what the WEmergency was due to a incorrect clicking on what kind of product we were offering, we accidentally clicked a non-profit option without actually being a 501c3. And so what happened was when Google did a random check, they were like, well, you're not registered under this, so we're suspending your account. So right at the height of when orders were starting to come in, we get shut down. And it only took about a day to get everything figured out, but in the meantime, in about 2 hours' time, we had a workaround already in place where this is our normal splash page, where when you go click on the website, you click on the ordering page, it says, click to continue to our ordering page, and then it takes you to the Google site, which has that shopping cart on it. What we were then able to do instead was set up a quick image of your different kinds of engraving that you could have on your coasters, along with what species they were, and then had a form for people to fill out to then send to us. So it was almost a digital version of what the brochure has done in the past, where people would say, I want 2 maple with hokey birds and 1 cherry with the seal, and then we would then give them instructions to send us a check, and then we would send them product. So it was a workaround. Like I said, about a day later, Google reinstated our account after a few emails back and forth, and everything worked out. But like I said, that's what we call our WEmergency. Next up is product costs with Andrew Bernard.
In August, we thought our coasters were going to cost us around $10.50. And about a week ago, we've cut that down to $9.50. So dropped $1 off of that. The majority of it is labor, lumber costs, and everything else is miscellaneous materials and packaging. Investment, product design, equipment tools, which again, majority of that is just labor time. We're paying us $10 an hour. So, really, the majority of the expenses for equipment tools was cork, glue costs, finishing costs, and some router bits and such. And this is our final investment plan right here. We invested just about $5,000 or $5,000, and we really just in the end sold about $1,200 worth of coasters, resulting in a profit of $500. So we've only been really running for 4 weeks out of the 2 semesters. So our goal is to run for 10 weeks, but anyway, that's our financial summary.